Yajuj and Majuj are human beings. Yajuj and Majuj are human beings. They are tribes that actually exist on earth. They existed close to the time of Musa alayhi salam, in an era of a great king named Dhul Qarnayn. Anyone heard of Dhul Qarnayn? Dhul Qarnayn, the man of the two horns. He was called that name because he used to wear a hat that had two horns coming out of it. Dhul Qarnayn was an extremely powerful king, and he was a worshipper of Allah, a righteous, just Muslim king, among the best that ever existed on earth. And he had so much power, so much authority, that his kingdom reached almost the whole world. Yani, why do I say almost? Because there were parts of the world where civilization hadn't reached yet, as today. But whatever existed in that time, wherever civilization reached, Dhul Qarnayn had power to there, right to the end part of civilization. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about Dhul Qarnayn in Surah Al-Kahf. He reached a very far distance in land. He used to go around the whole world to see who is being oppressed, who is doing good to reward them, bringing justice between people. He used to physically go out with his army like that, looking everywhere as far as he can. That's what he spent his life in, traveling the world and applying justice and worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala everywhere he went. So Allah describes one of his journeys. He went one time to establish justice, and when he reached, Allah says in the Quran, حتى إذا بلغ مغرب الشمس وجدها تغرب في عين حمئة. When he reached the place of the setting of the sun, he found it setting in a murky pond or in a murky water.
He found that the sun was setting in, there's two recitations here. Ayn hami'a means cloudy water, and then there's another qira'ah, ayn hamiya, boiling hot water, and both of these are valid. So it was a strange type of lake. It was not a regular lake. It was a lake that was muddy and very hot, and some have said this might be lava or something of this nature. Allah knows best. It was something different rather than regular water. It's something different. Ayn hami'a. وَوَجَدَ عِنْدَهَا قَوْمًا. And he found over there a group of people.
There was no more land beyond where he reached, meaning Dhul Qarnayn reached the farthest land where nobody could reach even further. There was no more civilization after there. That's what that verse is talking about.
He found a passageway between two mountains. The Sad are two mountains. And he found there a group of people, they could not speak to him. لا يكادون يفقهون قولا. What this means is they were cut off from all civilization.
He found there people that could hardly understand normal speech. Very primitive in speech.
So Allah is indicating that Dhul Qarnayn went to a far away land, cut off from human civilization, cut off from contact with other groups of human beings. They couldn't even communicate. And this is the height of being cut off from other civilizations. So they communicated through other than speech. Which is, everybody can do this. You can always communicate basic stuff, images and whatnot. So they said to Dhul Qarnayn that Yajuj and Majuj are causing a lot of evil on this earth. So this means that this tribe and Yajuj and Majuj were interacting with one another. So Yajuj and Majuj are causing evil. They are plundering, they are killing us, they're raping, they're causing our damage, they're causing much evil in the land.
Can you please help us? Yajuj and Majuj,
whatnot. So they said to Dhul Qarnayn that Yajuj and Majuj are causing a lot of evil on this earth. So this means that this tribe and Yajuj and Majuj were interacting with one another. So Yajuj and Majuj are causing evil. They are plundering, they are killing us, they're raping, they're causing our damage, they're causing much evil in the land.
Can you please help us? Yajuj and Majuj mufsiduna fil ard. They are corruptors on earth. Now I want you to analyze with me over here. These people who are complaining to Dhul Qarnayn, they were very primitive in lifestyle and in language. So he reached the border of the world where civilization was so behind. And they were trying to explain to him about this other civilization that are even worse than them. That are even more primitive, worse and corruptive than these people that he just met.
If we pay you You are such a mighty king. You have this vast army. You clearly are from a superior civilization. You seem to be a good man because you're so nice to us. Take this money and protect us from Yajuj and Majuj. Can you build a wall between us and them? They come through this valley. Build a wall.
A barrier between us and them so that they can't come to us and they can be cut off from the world. Then Dhul Qarnayn replies,
قَالَ مَا مَكَّنِّي فِيهِ رَبِّي خَيْرٌ. Whatever Allah has given me is better than your money. I don't need your money. I don't need your money. I will do it fi sabilillahi ta'ala. I will do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what I need from you, فَأَعِنُونِي بِقُوَّةٍ. You help me with your manpower. I need a lot of help for what I'm about to do. My army won't suffice me. You help me with your physical strength. So Dhul Qarnayn says, آتوني زبر الحديد. Bring me pieces of iron or sheets of iron. Zubar is the nuggets, if you like, nuggets of iron. Bring me iron. حتى إذا ساوى بين الصدفين. When he had laid it between the two mountains. So he's building a type of barrier with iron, which is right now cold. قَالَ انْفُخُوا. He said, blow. And the blowing here is with the bellows, with the fire. So once he's put the iron there, a massive fire is being built. A fire that is so hot that all of this iron will become molten ore and stick together. So this is the help that he needs from these people. Allah knows how they built such a large fire. Allah knows what they did. But Dhul Qarnayn had the technology to do that. And it was so massive that it is between two mountains. So apparently the people of Yajuj and Majuj were trapped inside an area where they had no escape out of. And Allah says in the Quran, فَمَسْطَاعُوا أَنْ يَظْهَرُوهُ وَمَسْتَطَاعُوا لَهُ نَقُبًا. They could neither climb over it, nor could they dig underneath it. This is really what it translates into.
So the whole idea here, Allah is telling us that He built a wall or a barrier or a dam, something that was so strong, so impermeable, that nothing can reach and nothing can come, nothing can break it down anymore. No climate, no people, no weaponry, nothing. No one was able to break through it, and no one was able to overpower it. It was such a strong wall, impermeable to anything. And when Dhul Qarnayn looked at the people, they looked at this wall and they said, wow, this is a very strong wall. And Dhul Qarnayn wanted to teach them a lesson finally. He said, قَالَ هَذَا رَحْمَةٌ مِّن رَبِّي. He said, this is from the mercy of my Lord.
This is a mercy from my Lord. And according to one interpreter, he actually fell into sajda, thanking Allah that he was able to do this. So this shows us Dhul Qarnayn realized how evil Yajuj and Majuj are, and he thanked Allah for blocking them up. And then he said, فَإِذَا جَاءَ وَعْدُ رَبِّي جَعَلَهُ دَكَّاءَ. When the promise of Allah will come, and the scholars have interpreted this to mean the Day of Judgment and the signs of the Day of Judgment, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will cause this massive barrier that is impossible for humans to penetrate. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will cause this barrier to crumble and fall flat. It will become level to the ground. وَكَانَ وَعْدُ رَبِّي حَقًّا. And the promise of Allah is true. This is going to happen.
What is he saying here? He's saying that Yajuj and Majuj will be blocked off from the world until a certain time that is going to come. It is only Allah who will allow for this wall to be destroyed, and when it is destroyed, this Yajuj and Majuj will come out. And Allahu A'lam, if anybody has ever reached